Okay, today we're doing functions. This is the type of problem that tells you, for example, if f of x equals 2x minus 4 and g of x equals x squared minus 4x, find each value. Okay, our first value is going to be find f of 4. This is super easy. You have two equations. You have f of x and you have g of x. This one they're telling you f of 4. So that means we're going to use this equation here. F of x equals 2x minus 4. Let me do a line here so we don't get confused. Okay? Instead of f of x, we're going to use f of 4. That means that wherever you have an x, you're going to write the 4 instead of the x. In this case, I have 2x, so I have to write 2 times 4. Okay, and then copy everything else exactly like it is. Okay, so again, f of 4 equals 2 times 4 is 8 minus 4. So f of 4, 8 minus 4 is 4. Okay, so this would be your answer. Again, whatever you have inside the parentheses, that is what you're going to replace your variable with. In this case, they tell you f of 4, so instead of x, we're going to write 4. See, you had an x here, you had an x here. We replace it. The x, we replace it with the 4. And then you just solve the problem. Okay? Don't worry about this. This is just a name. Okay? What this is telling you is, if I input a 4 in this equation, what do I get? Okay? So this is our first example. Number 2 says g of negative 3. Okay? So I'm going to use g of x equals x squared minus 4x. Again, we're doing g of negative 3. Instead of the x, we're writing negative 3. This is negative 3 square minus 4 times, this is negative 3. Okay? Notice, whenever you have an x, we're going to replace it by the negative 3. This is x squared, so we're doing negative 3 squared. 4 times x, 4 times negative 3. Okay? And notice, always I write whatever equation they give me so I don't get confused. Some people just want to do it from here. They want to go to this step without writing this one, but it's very confusing, so this is better. Now, g of negative 3 equals negative 3 squared means you're going to multiply negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9. And then this is negative times negative positive. 4 times 3 is 12. And 9 plus 12 equals 21. Okay, so g of 3 equals 21. Okay. Example 3, I have f of 0. So I write f of x equals our original equation, 2x minus 4. Now I plug in f of 0 equals 2 times 0 minus 4. Notice, replace the 0 for the x. And f of 0 in this case, 2 times 0 is just 0, so it goes away, and you end up with a negative 4. So this is your answer. Okay? And now the last one we're going to do, example 4 says g of 2c. So this is a little bit more confusing, but we're going to do it. Okay, so we write g of x equals, this is what I'm copying, x squared minus 4x. Okay, again, Instead of x, they want me to replace it with 2c. So I'm saying g of 2c equals, this is x squared, so I'm going to write 2c squared minus 4 times, instead of my x, 2c. Okay? So I have, remember, the left side is just a name. So 2c. Now, when you do 2c squared, this means that you're going to let me do it here, okay? 2c squared means 2c times 2c, okay? Or let me do it like this, times 2c, okay? 2 times 2 is 4, and then c times c is c squared, okay? So 2c times 2c is 4c squared. So 2c squared, we did it here, 4c squared. Now this is negative times a positive is a negative. 4 times 2 is 8. See, notice if you only have one number and no letter, you just multiply 4 times 2, 8. And the c, you just bring it down. In this case, because it's a square, you're going to have 2c times 2c. So you multiply the number, 2 times 2 is 4, and the c's you multiply together. C times c, c squared. Okay? Now, are we done? Yes, because these are different terms, they're not like terms, so we cannot add. 4c squared minus 8c, well, that's the only thing we can do. We cannot combine these two because this c has a square and this c doesn't. Okay? So this will be our final answer. Okay? When you know you have your final answer is when you cannot do anything else anymore. Okay? And that's it for this one.